Free to play games are great. You get to have the fun experience of trying out a new game without having to pay a single coin for it, which leads to today's game, Muck, a free survival roguelike game made in 1 month by the developer and YouTuber Danny Boy. I have to give props for Dani making this all on his own and also for the sheer frustration and addiction this game did to me for the past couple of days. I played this game multiple times this week and got far into it. Also, this is an online multiplayer game, so you can get some friends, family members, even some hellish demons and start playing using a host lobby. So I will recap the first couple of nights in Muck. When you first start, you're pretty much thrown in this game, this small island in the middle of nowhere. The game starts pointing to a rock that's close to you to pick up, and then you start smashing a tree using that said rock. At this point, it looks very similar to Minecraft. Instead of using your square hands to punch a tree, you're using a rock to do so. After acquiring wood, you can make enough to build a bar that can be combined with other wood to make an axe and a pickaxe. This is the tools that I had on my first night. Now the enemies are a combination of these humanoid-like monsters that use bones to swing at you and these Dinoraptors. I know that those are not the names, but those are the names that I will be going with through this video. I will say that I got beaten to a pulp the first night, not the first boss, but the first night. I didn't even make it to the second day. So, like many rogue games, once you die, it's game over, and you have to restart the game all over again. Hence, the start of my frustrating game experience with Muck. Now, this felt like I was missing something about the craft mechanic, but I started the game again and made a second attempt. Second try went pretty much the same as the first. Died on my first night again. This also happened the third time as well. At this point, with the amount of beating that I got, I was feeling like a monster punching bag. My resolve in making it to the second night grew. So I did what any pro gamer would do in my position: go to Wiki for help. And yes, it was very helpful. I only read through the crafting items and some tips for fighting some of the early mobs. With this found knowledge, I went and started the game immediately. Good advice for dealing with the dino and the humanoid monsters is to circle around them, which I did, and finally, after the fifth attempt, I managed to take out the first wave of monsters. The level of confidence that I had was overwhelming. I spent the second day collecting resources and crafting a furnace, anvil, and cauldron, and enough iron to make my first sword. The power was in my hands, and the second night came, and I was ready. The attacks were basically the same, but with my new weapon, I slaughtered every single one of them. I thought that at this point, the only thing that I should do was getting better equipment. So I just kept collecting mushrooms, killing cows, chopping trees, and everything was going perfect at that point. Until the fourth night came. A question for you: have you ever played a video game where there is a difficulty spike in order to test out the player's knowledge and equipment? Or have you experienced in a video game a different type of enemy who comes out with a new mechanic or weapon? Well, this game has this, and in normal mode, it starts at day 4, and oh boy. When night 4 started, what I saw would be described as a giant mountaintop. It was one of these game bosses or mini bosses called the Big Chunk, a massive golem with a giant club. My first action seeing this enormous enemy while only holding an iron sword, a couple of mushrooms, and no armor was to, of course, trying to get into melee range and see how much damage I could do. Yes, that's right. I ran into him with no hesitation and just started attacking him. In my mind, I was thinking that I could take a couple of hits from him and still be okay. I mean, I already fought other monsters, and they normally take several hits to down me. What happens next was that this chunk of rocks jumped into the literal air and cannonball into the ground, falling almost on top of me and unleashing what could be described as an avalanche of rocks that were thrown into me. Instant KO. I knew that this boss was going to hit hard, but I didn't expect an insta death like that. This concluded my gameplay after that. I will say the game was very fun. It does have the sort of mechanic of collecting food and resources and stuff that survival games normally have. I like that the hunger only affects stamina and running, kind of like Minecraft. However, it does feel that you need several playthroughs in order to get the hang of the enemies and what to craft first. As a free to play survival game made by one person, it was a very fun experience of death and survival. If you like survival games, I would definitely recommend this one with one advice or two advices. Either get a group of friends to play as a group or go to the wiki and read how some of the items are crafted. It absolutely helped me get through the first night. Alright. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would like to check this game out, I have left link in the description, the Steam link. Also, if you have any free to play indie games that you would like to recommend me, let me know on the comments. Thank you very much for watching and hope you have a great day. Bye.